Hey, welcome back, guys. Today's video, I kind of want to talk about something that, I've discussed before, but I just can't preach it enough, and that is how gaming role models and icons act and how their behavior impact the communities that they represent. All of the events that I'm going to discuss tonight are hearsay as far as I'm concerned. I didn't experience them firsthand. I didn't see it actually happen, so I'm just relaying the message. If I am wrong about anything, I am not, trying to say this is 100% what happened. But the first event was at the UMG 10K Call of Duty tournament. Optic won. Nadeshot had some great plays toward the end, started bringing them back. He started getting a little trashy with his mouth, and he got into the head of the other team, started boasting himself up and pumping his teammates up, and it paid off. However, the other team had a member that simply just couldn't handle his emotions and decided that he wanted to take it to a physical altercation and shove Nadeshot, from what I understand. Now, this person is being watched, he's being live streamed, and he's got thousands of people that are just tuned in to see what's going on, and he decides to put his hands on another player. It's almost like that they're in middle school and they were going to meet at the swing set at 5 o'clock or something. It's just pure stupidity. The guy represents his teammates, he represents his community and his followers. So when he acts like that, it has a negative reaction. Now, going on into more Optic, and I hate to do them, use them as much as I'm going to, but they're kind of in the spotlight. But, they had a member or an ex-member or whatever decided that he needed some extra money and started to, masturbate on a webcam site that you pay to watch it happen. Not saying there's anything wrong with those sites. And I would be lying to you if I said I'd never been to one myself. However, being an important, big-time icon or role model or whatever you want to call them, you have to be very careful at what you do and what's being put out there, because you want your community that you represent to thrive. You want them to become better. You want to be in a community of good people that's good-hearted, great players, good competition. You don't want to be in a community of just children and douchebags and just weirdos. And that's what a lot of the communities are turning into nowadays because of stuff like this. So you have to keep in mind when you're in the spotlight, anytime you put a video up of you playing, you talking, a live stream, does not matter if it's a pod, doesn't matter what it is. Please choose your actions and words carefully, because they make so much more of a difference in the community than you could ever imagine. And another one, another Optic member was caught on camera boosting his stats for the leaderboards. That's not as severe. But when you see your role model doing things like this, you're going to think to yourself, oh man, that's cool. If he's doing it, so can I. And then before too long, everybody's doing it. I refuse to believe that we can't hold ourselves to a higher standard. And I'm so tired of seeing my timeline on Twitter or Facebook or whatever just littered with people complaining about the communities. If you want the community that you're a part of to be better, you have the ability and the power, if you put the dedication into it, to just make it better. Set examples. I have a very small stream and a following on YouTube, and it may never be any bigger. But if one person or 100,000 people are watching me, I always try to keep in mind what I say and do may be repeated, recorded, or imitated. And I don't want people to be like that. Doesn't mean that I don't cuss. I do tell dirty jokes sometimes. I do talk a little trash online. But I always try to keep a conscious effort of treating ladies with respect, or trying not to cuss, or trying to expose cheats and boots and hackers and glitchers, because I don't want to be a part of a community that's going to be filled with that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to make my difference. If I was as big as some of these other YouTubers and stuff, it would be amazing at the impact I could have. And I may someday. But this video that I chose that you're watching here, and you know, on a positive note, is we're playing with Sarah Dope and her friend and someone that I've never met before, but Hutch, a big YouTuber. I've never watched any of his videos really. I never followed him on Twitter because I knew kind of who he was, and I just didn't want to follow the crowd. But I have to say, this guy the entire time was calling out. He was being respectful. He didn't talk a whole lot. He didn't have a chip on his shoulder or anything like that. He was just an overall nice person, and I respect and admire that. And that's the kind of person that I want to be at all times. So I want to say thank you, Hutch, for being, you know, the example of a role model that I want to see. And I hope that you guys do the same thing as well. You never know what impact you're going to make. So next time you just start to talk trash or start to disrespect another gamer, or you want to cheat or boost or whatever, please consider what you do impacts a lot of other people other than just yourself. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been a blessing to have you a part of my life, and I hope to see you again. And hopefully when I see more of you on the battlefield, you guys won't be douchebags. Anyway, have a good night and God bless.